With 3 weeks to go until the Democratic mayoral primary, things are starting to heat up. As political reporter Marcia Kramer explains, the leading contenders, Andrew Cuomo and Zohran Mamdani, have targets on their backs.
Even though New Yorkers haven't seen much of Andrew Cuomo in the run-up to the primary election, his first-place position in every poll has made him target number one for everyone else who wants to be mayor, including Eric Adams.
I keep saying I had to fix his policies.
The mayor referring to a laundry list of bills signed into law by Cuomo when he was governor, including bail reform, congestion pricing, and benefit changes for city workers.
You know what the move should have been, Marcia? He should have just sat down and said, I screwed up. I screwed up.
Team Cuomo returned the vitriol. Eric Adams is understandably going through the 5 stages of grief as the end of his failed tenure as mayor is near, said a Cuomo spokesman. At least he's not in the middle of a federal corruption trial, which is exactly what would be happening right now if he didn't sell out the city to Trump. But Adams wasn't the only one gunning for Cuomo. Brad Lander's campaign poked fun at Cuomo for admitting that until he moved here to run for mayor, he hadn't lived here since 1990. This may also explain why he has had trouble doing interviews and communicating with reporters, as the last time he lived here, people used payphones and the internet didn't exist yet, said Lander's spokesperson. Zohran Mamdani, running second in the polls, is involved in an ugly back and forth with Republican Councilwoman Vicky Palladino, who took to social media to call him, quote, a radical leftist who hates everything about the country. She said he should be deported.
To have a sitting elected official call for me to be deported is a glimpse into Trump's America and what it means to be an immigrant in this city and in this country. It's reminiscent of what Donald Trump did to Barack Obama. And it shows that the same poison that he has brought to this country is one that is alive and well through his mouthpieces on the city council.
Marcia, tell us why this race has gotten so ugly.
Well, you know, it's a multi-candidate field. There are actually 9 people running, not Mayor Adams, but the other 9 Democrats. And there's certain frustration that from the very beginning, Andrew Cuomo has always been ahead. Yeah. In fact, the present poll has about 35, Mamdani at 22, Lander at 10, and Stringer at 9. So they're frustrated, and they don't know how to move him out of first place.
So the mayor and others have criticized the former governor as having this sort of rose garden strategy. Yeah. Is that going to work?
Well, you know, I guess we're going to know in 3 weeks when the primary happens. But look, I can tell you this. I spent the last 2 days talking to voters. I was in Brooklyn, I was in Manhattan, and I can tell you this. About 8 out of 10 people said they thought Cuomo was going to win. And that was both places. So I guess we'll know. But I'll tell you this. You can't underestimate the fact that 3 weeks is a long time. And usually the candidates save their most potent attacks for the last few weeks. So I guess we'll see.
Never know what the next news cycle is going to bring us, Marcia.
I know.
Thank you. Marcia has been following the mayor's race for months now. You can find all of her reporting ahead of Election Day on CBSNewYork.com.